2028. The world has fallen to an apocalyptic catastrophe, and the last remnants of humanity have been extinguished, except for one man. A lone figure stands amidst the wreckage of civilization. A cigarette dangles from his lips, his eyes, distant, numb, barely register the ruins around him. He pulls out a crumpled photograph. As his gaze lingers on the faded image, a ghost of a smile flickers across his face. For a moment, he's not here, he's back there, laughing with friends, a silent farewell. An AK-47, its magazine long emptied, lies discarded near his boots. Scattered around it, half-smoked cigarettes crushed underfoot. A guttural snarl rips through the silence. From the beneath, a monstrous, rotting hand claws at the car, dragging its mangled body upward. He glances at it, just once. No fear. No reaction. He's seen this too many times. While thinking there's no peace, even in the end. His grip tightening around the rusted AK-47. In one brutal motion, he smashes the rifle stock into its skull. Couldn't you wait 5 goddamn seconds? Let a man say his goodbyes in peace. Then, we see what is beneath him. Hundreds, thousands, a rotting tide of zombies closing in from every direction. Fine. If this is how it ends, I'm taking every last one of you pieces of shit with me. Everything gets clouded by darkness, then suddenly. Swatienshin! A voice, sharp as a gunshot, shatters the nightmare. How dare you sleep in my class? His head jerks up. A classroom. 30 pairs of eyes stare at him. How is this possible? Swatienshin's hands tremble. He looks down, no blood, no rifle. Did any of it ever happen? Was it a dream? The classroom erupts in mocking laughter. The teacher's face turns crimson. Out! Stand in the hallway for the rest of class. Swatienshin doesn't protest. The bathroom tiles are cold beneath his shoes. He splashes icy water on his head once, until his breathing steadies. The mirror reveals a smooth, unscarred face. A boy's face. Weak. Untested. This can't be real, he mutters, touching his clean skin. Did I somehow return, before everything went to hell? Reflected in the glass, a pair of bloodshot eyes stare from the stall behind him. His hand lashes out, shattering the mirror. A shard of glass finds his palm, crude but lethal. He whirls, arm raised to strike. Don't let it get close. Decapitate first. Tianshin, what's up, bro? Reality tilts. Swatienshin's body freezes mid-step. The glass shard freezes in his grip. There, right in front of him, with that same lazy face, stands Gao Fei. The bell rings. Students flood the hallway. Gao Fei wraps the last strip of bandage around Swatienshin's hand. What's gotten into you, bro? Gao Fei mutters. You scared the hell out of me. This cuts deep. You sure you don't need a hospital? Gao Fei grins, slapping his shoulder. You won't die as long as I'm here. He remembers now. Gao Fei didn't survive the first month of the outbreak, buying time for others to escape. Swatienshin suddenly stands. Is today February 14th? He asks. Gao Fei blinks. Yeah? Are you nervous about confessing to Dronzer later? Thought you were done being single or whatever. Swatienshin's blood runs cold. Memories crash into him like a truck. I remember now, 10 years ago. All eyes were on Swatienshin as he sat before Dronzer, as he handed the love letter to her. His face buried under the weight of their stares. Then laughter erupted. Dronzer's delicate fingers tore the letter cleanly in half. She didn't even read it. Don't joke around. While chopping the letter to multiple bits and throwing it at him, Swatienshin sat there, taking it all in. But he didn't feel humiliation in the present. Because today wasn't just the day he was rejected. It was the day the world ended. Precisely at 2 p.m. the outbreak started. Gao Fei shaking his head. Look, man, I'm just saying, Dronzer's in a whole different league. She doesn't even glance at guys like us. Maybe just give up. Before Swatienshin could respond, a sharp voice cut through the chatter. Oi, Swatienshin. Both boys turned. There she was, Dronzer, holding a familiar piece of paper between her fingers. The love letter. The one he hadn't even given her this time. She must have found it digging through his desk. Her nose wrinkled in disgust. You wrote this, didn't you? In one swift motion, Zhuo Tianchen snatched the letter from her hand, then crushed it right in front of her. Looking at you makes me want to puke. Duan Churu's perfect composure cracked. Why did my old self even like her? Was I blind, he thinks. The memories burned in his skull. Her selfishness during the outbreak, leaving others to die, getting Gao Fei killed. Damn! Gao Fei grinning like a madman. Kick her ass, Tianchen! Scene transition, global catastrophe. February 14th, 2018, the day the sky fell. 2 p.m. The sky split open. A blazing meteor, wreathed in hellfire, broke through Earth's atmosphere, then shattered like glass, fracturing into thousands of burning fragments that rained down across the globe. The fragments carried something far worse than fire. Then it began. The fall of humanity. Phase 1. Unconsciousness. Within hours, 30% of the global population collapsed into coma. Phase 2. Awakening. Those who recovered woke to a nightmare. 70% of humanity had mutated into grotesque, flesh-hungry monsters. Cities burned. Nations collapsed. Phase 3. Evolution. The survivors fought back. Some developed superhuman abilities, enhanced strength, pyrokinetics, accelerated healing. But the infected evolved too. Faster. Deadlier. Smarter. Within a month, Earth was no longer home. It was hell. We even see Donald Trump. So you already know the manhwa is going to be good. 12:50 p.m., 1 hour until the apocalypse. Gao Fei stared at Zhuo Tianchen like he'd grown a second head. His usual smirk replaced by sheer disbelief. Bro, he finally said. Are you writing a novel or something? Zhuo Tianchen didn't answer. Hello? Tianchen? What the hell is wrong with you today? First, you tell Duan Chura she makes you want to puke, now you're babbling about the apocalypse. Do you have any money? Tianchen interrupted. Gao Fei blinked. Yeah? Why? Take mine too. Tianchen tossed his wallet into Gao Fei's hands. Go buy food. Chocolate. Biscuits. Canned soda. Anything high energy that won't spoil fast. Gao Fei, you serious? I'm experiencing the apocalypse for my novel. Need supplies to get into the mindset. No way he believed the truth, not yet. Man, you're weird as hell. But fine, whatever. Your funeral when you get diabetes. He turns to leave. Zhuo Tianchen suddenly shouts. Wait. Call your parents. Tell them to buy medicine, antibiotics, painkillers, anything they can find, and daily necessities, as much as they can carry. Then meet me at the abandoned factory by the lake before 1:30. No later. As he runs, Zhuo's chest tightened. His own parents had died years ago in that car crash, no warnings to give, no goodbyes to make. But Gao Fei's family, maybe they'd have a chance this time. Abandoned factory, Sherbei City. Zhuo Tianchen's breath came in ragged gasps as he slumped against the rusted factory fence. His legs burned, his lungs ached, pathetic. In his past life, he could have sprinted 5 times this distance without breaking a sweat. But now, this body is weak, untrained. He wiped the sweat from his brow and forced himself upright. The factory loomed around him, dusty, decaying, but safe. Far safer than the chaos about to erupt outside. The school was a bloodbath last time, but compared to the cities, it was a fortress. Boarding schools had supplies, food stores, medical kits, tools. And most importantly, walls. But this factory? Even better. Isolated. Defensible. Forgotten. His fingers tightened around the crowbar he'd scavenged, its weight solid in his grip. He wrapped the handle with torn cloth, securing his hold. Easier than a knife. Safer than an axe. The early infected were slow and stupid. As long as he kept his distance, avoided bites, and crushed their skulls before they screamed. He would be safe. Tianchen exhaled, rolling his shoulders. Testing his swiftness, this time, I'll do better. This time, I'll see her again. A noise. Tianchen seized them with no remorse. Gao Fei stood in the doorway, pale-faced. Around him, the school's sports team crowded the entrance, their faces twisted in anger. And at the center of it all, draped in smug superiority, stood Duan Churu, her lips curled in a vindictive smile. Bro, I'm sorry. They followed me. One of the jocks, a hulking brute with a shaved head, steps forward. This loser said you were hiding here like a rat. You really think you can talk to Duan Churu like that and walk away? The crowbar flashed, a fraction of an inch from the blad jock's nose. The room went dead silent. One more step, and I'll cave your skull in. The jock's bravado shattered. His knees hit the concrete. Get lost. Tianchen didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. All of you. Gao Fei stumbled forward, until Tianchen glare locked onto Duan Churu. Especially you. You bitch. Fuck off. For the first time, her confidence wavered. 1:55 p.m., the calm before the storm. The group of jocks stumbled back, their bravado crumbling into nervous mutters. That was all an act, right? No way, that loser's actually tough. Pathetic. Duan Churu's sharp voice cut through their whispers. She glared at the big guy. You call yourself a fighter? And now you're shaking? She grabbed his jacket, then immediately recoiled. Why the hell are you drenched in sweat? The big guy didn't answer. He would have killed me. I've been in enough fights to know. That wasn't a bluff. Duan Churu opened her mouth to snap back. But then, a glimmer in the sky caught her eye. Huh? One by one, the group looked up. The afternoon sun still blazed overhead yet. Streaks of light cut across the sky. Not just one or two. Dozens. Hundreds. Like shooting stars in broad daylight. Tokyo, Japan. Crowds gather near Mount Fuji, phones raised. Look! Shooting stars! Make a wish! York City, pointing at the sky. This is insane! It's not even night! Tianchen didn't look away from the sky. As expected, it's here, the so-called shooting stars weren't stars at all. They were death. Gao Fei groaned, picked up a rusted pipe. Bro, we've been ditching class for this? If we're just gonna waste time, let's hit up the internet cafe. At least we can game before. Boom. The ground lurched. Gao Fei yelped as he crashed onto the concrete. Earthquake? Tianchen didn't flinch. His eyes full with determination. It started. The virus. Tianchen's eyes stayed locked on the horizon. In a few minutes, everyone who breathed in that beautiful meteor dust will collapse. They'll sleep for 20 hours. And when they wake up, they will not be human. The world went quiet. Tianchen stood among the ruins of what was once a city. The stench of blood and rot filled the air. And then, Xian? A figure staggered through the smoke. Pink hair. She was supposed to have withdrawn with the army. But when she turns, her eyes empty. Bleeding. Xian. Gasping, he jolted awake. The abandoned factory. The dim light of late afternoon. A dream. Just a dream. His eyes, pale, stared at nothing. Gao Fei groaned. Quickly he checked his phone. What the hell? Why did we pass out for 20 hours? Shit, it's already 10 in the morning. My mom's gonna skin me alive for ditching class. Tianchen stood up. There won't be any more classes. Gao Fei froze. Bro, are you okay? You've been acting insane since yesterday. A screech ripped through the air, unnatural. Gao Fei. What the hell was that? It's begun. He tilted his head toward the factory entrance. And that thing smelled us way too fast. A black figure stood there. Oh shit, is that a teacher on duty? He grinned, cracking his knuckles. Watch this. I'll save your ass. Nobody plays innocent better than. Tianchen dropped into a squat, then launched himself forward. The metal pierced the figure's skull in one brutal motion. Blood dripped onto the concrete as the body crumpled. Gao Fei's grin vanished. What the fuck? You can't just kill a teacher because you're scared of detention. Tianqin yanked the crowbar free, wiping it with a cloth. Survival rule number 1. Never hesitate when you see a zombie. Grab your shit. You're about to see what the real world looks like now. Outside, the distant screams had already begun. Students scrambled, tripping over each other as the infected surged forward, tearing into flesh, their jaws snapping like rabid animals. Am I dreaming? Suddenly a zombie lunged at him, rotted fingers outstretched. Tianqin's crowbar split its skull open. Keep moving! Tianqin roared. Dodge or you die! Gao Fei stood frozen, axe dangling from his limp grip. Gao Fei blinked, reality hitting him like a truck. This wasn't a dream. As they pushed forward, a familiar scene unfolded ahead. Duan Churu, sprinting in panic, behind her, the big guy from before, swung a baseball bat with terrifying force, caving in a zombie's head. Run, he bellowed at her. Gao Fei's eyes widened. Tianqin, their whole team must have. Not our problem. Worry about yourself first. But then, this stupid bitch trips on a rock and fell. What is the author thinking drawing from this angle? She turned back, just as a zombie lurched inches from her throat. Someone please help me! Tianqin quickly comes in and decapitates the zombie, his face annoyed. Duan Churu sat frozen on the ground, tears streaking her face. Yours were Tianqin, right? He didn't answer. Just turned away. Gao Fei. We're leaving. Don't waste time on them. While questioning what just happened, she scrambled to her feet. Wait. Take me with you. A guttural moan echoed from the school. Hundreds of shambling figures pressed against the windows. Tianqin jammed a wooden pipe through the door handles, barricading it shut. Gao Fei panted. Bro, what now? Focus on recovering your stamina. And we have a chance to escape. This body was pathetic. Weak. Nothing like his future self. He'd have to fix that, fast. Duan Churu. Why aren't we calling the police? Let's just wait here. Shut up. But what I am thinking is why he brought her with him the first place. Whatever. The big guy stepped forward, his face angled. You've gone too far, bastard. Then Tianqin saw it, a deep cut across the guy's forearm. You're hurt? I got bit by one of my friends. It's just a scratch. Tianqin's grip tightened on his crowbar. The virus the meteor carried had a 70% conversion rate. But a bite? It's 100%. You're already dead. Tianqin explains the bitten virus. Also known as Ebola, this virus only infects humans and gets worse when in contact with air or water. In other words, being bitten by them means you will be one of them. Big guy stood there in shock. Duan Churu backed away. What rubbish are you saying? You have watched too many movies. Tianqin stepped closer, crowbar raised. You've got 10 minutes max. Want me to end it before you turn? You will at least die as a human. The baseball bat trembled in the big guy's hands. Don't come near me. Your wound doesn't hurt anymore, does it? That's how you know. The big guy looked down at his arms, seeing bulging veins popping out from the wound. He looks at Duan Churu, saying, Don't worry, I will be fine. Duan Churu couldn't care less if he was human or zombie. Get out! You're a monster! Gao Fei watched. She didn't even hesitate to betray him. A car crashed into the school grounds. The duo looks out the window. It's the principal's car. He crashed it while he was trying to escape. Tianqin said, Quick, now will be a good chance to escape since all the infected are distracted by the car. Tianqin glanced back on the bitten man. Soon you'll just be human skin stuffed with rotting meat. Last chance for a clean death. The big guy froze, sweat pouring down his contorted face. Liar! I'm fine. I will be just fine. Tianqin thinking we don't have time for this. Gao Fei, let's go. Duan Churu scrambled after them. Wait. You can't leave me. A meaty hand grabbed her wrist. Please, if this is really goodbye, I always loved. Slash. Her pocket knife raked across his face. If you want to die, die alone. She sprinted away. Just look at my guy, he was flabbergasted. His outstretched hand trembling in the air. Tianchen moved through the corridors, while explaining the infected haven't evolved yet, so it's easy to kill them now, demonstrating he's kills with precision. Spine or skull? With no hesitation. When a zombie lunged at Gao Fei, the axe came down in a perfect arc. Crunch. I did it! Gao Fei gasped, staring at his bloodied weapon with horrified pride. Duan Chura came stumbling after them. Finally caught up to you too! I was so scared alone. Tianchen's crowbar snapped up, stopping an inch from her nose. Why are you here? This weird angle again. She batted her lashes at Gao Fei. Gao Fei melted instantly. Bro, let's help her, she is our classmate after all. Fine, if you want to come along, you have to follow orders. If you can't, fuck off. Her face filled with rage. Got to give the author props for drawing such an ugly face. The exit gate loomed ahead, swarming with infected. Crouched behind a bush, Gao Fei suggests. It's blocked, should we just jump the gate? Tianchen. No, that's too dangerous, I've got a better plan. He pointed toward the school. I'll head to the broadcasting room, lure them away with the loudspeaker. That's your shot, run the second they're distracted. Gao Fei questions. And what about you? How do you escape? Don't worry about me. Tianchen, already running? A choked sob cut through the tension. Gao Fei turned. Duan Churu, you okay? Somehow, yeah. Duan Churu scoffed, adjusting her top with exaggerated flair. Thanks, Gao Fei. Tianchen never would have brought me if you hadn't spoken up. Thinking I will seduce him first. Before he could react, she flung her arms around him, pressing close. Tianchen is terrifying. All he talks about is killing, but you're good. Gao Fei all flustered. Be careful with Tianchen. Watch your back. She smirked against his shoulder. Virgin boys are so easy to manipulate. A dry laugh escaped him. I'd be dead without Tianchen. He saved my ass more than once. Yeah, I'm a great guy, but not a sucker. Her smile faltered. Harder than I thought. Enough, don't you dare badmouth my brother while he's out there risking his life for us. The infected tore into their meal, teeth gnashing against flesh, until a soda can clattered across the pavement. Heads snapped up. For a moment, they stared at the rolling can, then lunged for it, driven by some primal instinct. Tianchen watched from the shadows. The non-evolved infected are easy to deal with for now. He slipped into the broadcasting room, scanning the control panel. Which one of these? A presence. Too late. The infected was already airborne, a blur of rotting muscle and snapping jaws. Tianchen barely caught her by the throat, her teeth inches from his fingers. Shit, why is she this strong? This isn't some mindless husk. Her movements were sharper, her strength unnatural. A half-evolved one. They're evolving. Faster than I thought. I can't let myself get bitten. I don't have any immunity yet. One bite and I'm finished. Tianchen's eyes locked onto a glint of metal, a knitting needle. With one hand he stretched for it, the other against the infected's snapping jaws. The creature lurched closer. In one brutal motion, he drove the needle through her temple. The infected twitched violently before collapsing. Didn't expect zombies in a broadcasting room, he panted, as he leaned against the table. A faded photograph caught his eye, a smiling woman with her boyfriend. So you were the announcer, turning the photo over. Knitting for your Valentine when the world ended. What a pity! Outside, the school's speakers blared to life, the infected swarmed toward the sound. Gao Fei's eyes lit up. He did it! Let's move! With a running start, he shattered the gate lock in one swing. Duan Churu bolted through immediately, but Gao Fei planted himself like a stone. Are you insane? Why are you stopping midway? A furious horn blast interrupted them. The driver leaned out, face pale. You too! Get in now! The bus is right there, are you still not coming? No, I will wait for Tianchen. She twitched her mouth in anger and climbed aboard, while the driver, shouting, I know you kid. Get on quickly. Gao Fei refuses to come without Tianchen. Then this bitch says, Sir, I saw Tianchen murder someone earlier. What? We need to close the gate before that violent man comes. Shut your disgusting mouth. He leveled his axe. This gate stays open. Try closing it, and I'll show you what real violence looks like. Now this is a real friend, be like Gao Fei guys. Just look at this ugly and pathetic bitch. The driver is in horror of what he just said. Gao Fei, eyes full of determination. The bus sped away, while the driver shouting, I will deduct your points from the exam and give you a lecture later. As Gao Fei stands there alone,
and he stands there, unfazed!
He thinks, I did it. He suddenly feels something behind him. Then rotting fingers clamped onto Gao Fei's jacket. An infected woman yanked him backward, her weight pinning him, as he barely wedged his axe between her teeth. Is this it? He thought wildly, will I die a virgin to some basic zombie? Steel flashed. The infected's head tumbled away as Tianchen emerged, cutting it close, while offering up a hand. Gao Fei was shocked, thinking I will not die a virgin. Beautiful sunset. While walking through the jungle, Tianchen said not getting on the bus was a good decision. What if an infected was among them? And going to the city is asking for death. Gao Fei saying I'm just annoyed by that bitch. Tianchen reassure him it's fine. We need a place to rest first. As he thinks it's great that he didn't get on the bus. Thinking in my past life. That same bus, a student was hiding his injury. Mid-route he changed into an infected and crashed the bus. Tianchen carrying a limping Gao Fei escaped from the bus while the zombies were distracted by the crash? Please! Open the shutter! Tianchen and Gao Fei shouted. Duan Chu's shouting at the other boys to close it properly, it's their fault for being slow. As the shutter got completely closed, the duo gives up trying to open the shutter. Gao Fei clenched his fist in despair. Go, without me. While crying he said, my leg is twisted, I can't run anymore. You escaped alone. Tianchen eyes widen. The weak me back then, ditched my buddy and escaped alone. Tianchen. Gao Fei waved a bread loaf for him. There's a safe house a few miles north. Eat up. As he accepted the food. This second chance. He thought God gave me a second chance to die without any regrets. Hello guys. This video took way too long to make, because I am new to this. Like and subscribe for more videos like this, and comment below should I keep the same editing style for my next video. And part 2 will come soon.